take it.
All right. So who has ever heard the term when push comes to shove? Yes? Okay. Meg?
Yes.
Okay. So if somebody comes up to you and they are holding you, if they come into your space, you can push them. Or you can move them. Pushing, shoving. Shoving, you physically take their space.
So the analogy we always use is if you ever close your car door and this latch does not close all the way, that's what she's doing. So don't hit within the chest, hit within your joints. It gives a little more vibration. So no more mass, just pushing. I actually need a great pressure and force and torque. Watch with your partner. Don't do this if you don't know it. Close your jaw, put your tongue up in the mouth, and you give a good jar. And it's good enough that your eyes actually have a couple seconds that you can know that when you push and shove, keep in mind that it really is just you're trying to buy a couple of seconds in time. You never want to punch or kick your assailant or bully. For prison systems and for police officers, they can't escalate. So if he's the bad guy, I'll be the bad guy. If I'm the bad guy and he punches me, I'm going to escalate whatever I'm doing. So specifically for women or someone who's bigger and stronger, if I'm just grabbing him, I don't even know your name. What's up, man? I'm traveling. Exactly. If I grab Zach and I don't know him and I'm trying to control him, as soon as he punches me, I'm going to escalate what I'm doing. So if you ever go to a jiu-jitsu class or a judo class, the very first day, your very first lesson, you're going to learn how to stand up. That's what we're going to do now. So it's called sit and spin. Sit and spin pretty much is if you're sitting on the ground and not doing anything, and some stranger comes up, so Ron, go ahead and stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Good. So I'm going to show you guys how to stand up properly. Okay? So what you're going to do is, have a seat, relax. Take your comfortable dominant hand and you're going to place it behind you. The same leg, you're going to curl that foot in. And so what you have is your opposite arm resting on your elbow and the opposite foot is pointing. So wherever the assailant, the bad guy, or Zach, you can follow Zach wherever he goes. Okay? So for this, if he tries, so if Rhonda tries to push me and grab me, I have something I can use as a deterrent. However, to make distance, what I'm going to do, and working from basics, is this hand that's behind you, it's not going to be out front because I'm not going to have enough leverage. For right now, place 2 hands on the side, and the foot that is bent, you're going to just come up. Now, it's not very ladylike if you're in a skirt. I'm not here for, if you're trying to get up, be glad no one's wearing a skirt, and that's the reason why we're changing it. So again, 2 hands, your hip's going to go up high, to place feet down to stand up. Okay? So, exact same thing, this is my assailant. I need to make distance going backwards. So, 2 hands, I can push, kick, 2 hands, make distance. Once you get comfortable with it, then instead of 2 hands, you're actually just going to use this hand as a deterrent, and you'll swing the leg that's on the bottom that's bent, is going to pivot up. And this is in very, very first class. When you go to Judo Jiu-Jitsu, the instructor will walk around, even for white belts. I love it. White belts will get up and just shoving them over. So this is how you'll have to stand up. If you're wearing heels, so I imagine I have cute little calves, I'm wearing my heels. That's what, come here. The bottom leg is perfect. Yeah, you do have to use 2 hands. Take your heel, let it be close, side to side. You take your heel and smack 2 hands.
I knew it was God. So if somebody comes to grab you, he's holding my wrist. I'm going to take my hand and circle out. Don't do that again. He's got me firm. I can't move. I'm trying to get away. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to circle my fingers on the outside of his wrist. Basically what that's doing is causing his ligaments and his tendons to release. He cannot hold me anymore. Hold tight. Okay. Now, if he's holding really tight, there's another thing I can do. I'm going to clasp my hands and circle out. Do that again. The first one we did, this was fish. This, clasping the hands, is guppy. All I'm going to do is keeping my elbows in make a big circle, and get away. Okay?
So, moral of the story, which I really like, is that regardless of how you grab, you can only go between these two, your index fingers and your thumb. I can't go through his hands. So, let's say that you now turn into like some steroid freak, so grab some steroid freak. I grab my hands, I love this, wait, I love this. I teach this all the time, and of course I have like the boyfriends or husbands in the crowd, and they're like, grab me! And they can't go anywhere, because they're like gripping and they know what's going on. So keep in mind that this is not somebody who's grabbing you, and because if he's holding on to me, you're the bad guy grabbing. I'm okay, he's not doing anything. He's not pulling me, he's not pushing me, he's just holding me. I'm still safe, okay? So keep in mind, if you kick him in the groin, it is innate, it is drilled into every male here. It is in our little handbook when we're a boy, to cover up. Doesn't matter unless they're, sumo, and you kick, it's not that hard to really protect yourselves. Just gotta kind of tuck some stuff in, and then there's some geometry shapes over here, but don't try to kick them. Get out first. So, I tell you all that, get your hands together, don't just use your arms. You're gonna have to use your whole hip. So take your belt buckle, point way over here, hey, move your belt buckle way over here, okay? If you grab them, hold them firm, don't let them out, one hand, because at the end of the day, imagine everybody's bigger than you. Grab two hands, but you have to move your belt buckle. Keep your hands center of you, and just keep moving to the side, okay? So grab a partner, don't hurt them, don't beat them up. Let me add, so you have 15 seconds left, let me add. If you play guppy, so Miss Jasmine's gonna play guppy. If she gets nervous, she laces her fingers. She wasn't lacing her fingers earlier, so I'm calling her as far as you did good. Especially if you've ever had to work with high blood pressure, someone with diabetes, pregnancy, you get a lot of fluid and blood going, so she get nervous. It's really hard to get your fingers unlocked. My favorite game, in a minute, is I say, Miss Katie, lace your hands. You get your fingers. And I say, now get away. So if your joints, your knuckles will act like a little lock. So remember not to lace. Go. You can do the gable grip if anyone here knows the terms for wrestlers, or you can just make two cups. There's monkey grip and C grip. Either one is correct. Just don't lace it. You got about 15 seconds left. Oh, goodness. What's that? Cheer hands?
Okay.
Those are spear fingers. So when you guys are ready, let's add one more to it. So you know that if the individual grabs two hands, so if an individual grabs one hand, 2-on-1, 1-on-1, 2-on-2, what happens if they pull up? And this is more common, especially if somebody is bigger and I'm forcing her back, or she's getting close to a wall or getting pushed somewhere. What she's going to do is, it's the same principle. However, you're not going to have momentum. What I want you to do is, I want you to imagine your fingers are going to turn into your sternum, and you're going to bring your elbow up and roll down. Okay? So bring it up and roll down. The piece that we haven't talked about, and if your instructor is comfortable with this, there's an Adidas pad over there. You're going to slap. Professional fighters, boxers, Mike Tyson, who I love, was a little crazy towards the end, has broken his hand. Okay? Professional fighters, they break the hand all the time. So what we teach is I want you to, with a pimp slap. Okay? So when she rolls over. This is just going to engage the hips. What she's going to do is very much like doing a helicopter, like la 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 la, and it's going to be making momentum from the hips. She's going to place her open palm at the ear. If she punches me, has anybody had a chance to stop somebody? I see a bunch of grins. The only equivalent I can give for guys is if you hit that perfect pitch and that baseball bat just hums, it is a feeling that is just remarkable. Once you slap somebody, it is an amazing feeling. My bone structure, if Kurt punched me, my bone structure for my face is stronger than his hand. So much more, if she punches me, my bone structure for my face is stronger than her hand. That's why we don't teach punching. So what she'll do is, she is going to not even lock her arm, it's going to be nice and relaxed, she's going to swing for the heavens, so she's saying for my ear. Okay? Now, what it's going to look like with your partner, don't hurt anybody, Zach. So when you're here, she'll row. The first hand that is out is the one you're going to punch with. That means that when she rolls the other one, her hip's going to turn, and she'll swing. Realize it, swing. She's had more than one black belt, so she knows how to punch. So I tell you all this, if you're comfortable with it, just add the row, but the slapping is the piece of follow-up with that. You probably only have about 60 seconds. Not very much time. So play with it. Remember your partner, okay? So when you go out to lunch, whatnot, hey, grab me. Don't stop.
This is the same kind of scenario where somebody comes and grabs your arms. Now, we can, of course, fish. That's one option. Another option is actually, I can just move my arms. It's not a still pickup, it's a jerk. If it's holding really tight, I'm actually going to use my hip and pull it straight up. And it's almost like talking to someone, and there's a class going on, it's my phone rings. Oh, it's my friend. Hey, I'm on the phone. That's how you want to do it. Now, it's so natural to want to pull both hands at the same time. It's actually not as effective because the other person blocks down. You want to separate one arm and then come back around the second one. Pretty simple. Now, with the free hand, the first one that got free, we're going to do that slap thing again. This guy's ready to go. This slips out. And right to the side. Any questions?
Get it?
Let's try it.
Get it?
So, find your partners.
Hi, partner.
It's just like,
Ready? So, fish on the board.
yeah,
So, I push and pull.
it's like you're there.
Now, I want you to remove
Dominant, just like she's working. So I just, there you go. Lean back just a second. Once I know I'm recording, I want you
See how the body helps.
you want to swoop this elbow. That's what I mean.
Good. Now, the first one that got free.
Good.
And then turn your back around. So try that.
Yeah, they get it.
Yes.
So pull, shuffle. Now, the first thing that came out is what you're going to pop out. Okay? You smile when I said that. Ready?
So this is.
She used to be so sweet.
Yes.
Good.
Okay.
Good. So we said with all of these that regardless of where I grab, that has to come between the index finger and your thumb. There's one weird one. The weird one is, this is called the inverted grab. I'm grabbing and I'm walking it. Okay? It happened one time in the club, okay? So he's going to do the exact same thing. If I'm not going anywhere, he still has to go between here and here. And the reason why is the same principle applies. It's just a little weird because your instinct is going to want to come in, but he unfortunately can't go through. What he's going to do is, and this one is going to be if you're getting pulled, he'll take the other hand and place it on my arm. This is much more a stabilizer to help him from stop getting pulled, but now he's just going to show me his nails. Oh, they're good nails. Okay? Without the arm, it becomes this thing. Okay? So the arm truly, we call it the pimp arm. The pimp arm really is, you don't have a locked elbow, but you have a natural bend, and you're just sitting here relaxed. That means that your muscles and tendons are at a natural comfort. Okay? So, one more time, I walk him. Okay?
So part of this is, as you're being dragged, so this guy's dragging me. If I try to go for this, I'm off balance. So you want to make sure that you have your footing on the ground as well. So as he's pulling me, I'm going to kind of drop my weight a bit and lower myself. This guy comes in. Now I have a good balance, and he can't pull me or push me to the side. He comes over. Go. Hey.